What's up, Soul Tribe? It's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. And today, I'm back with y'all Oshun messages for our Woman Crush Wednesday content, guys. All right, so um, it's early. Well, actually, early, late, whatever you want to consider it. And Oshun had me pick a lot of different decks. So I don't know if she just indecisive about which one she want me to use or if I'm gonna be using a little bit of all, but I'm gonna start with the Light Seers Oracle, and then I got a couple Goddess Oracles over here too, and some Moon Oracles, because last week I missed her message because I just got so busy with clients, y'all. I ain't never get a chance to come back on before it was basically almost over. Wednesday was almost over. So from now on, if I don't get her message out on Wednesday, I'm gonna get it out on Friday, which is her favorite day. I just do her readings on Wednesday because I do the weekend vibes. But yeah, if I gotta, put something to the side to get her message out, I will, because I think she was upset about that last week. Alright, so without further ado, guys, I probably should have finished getting ready, but y'all can just fast forward, or y'all can go grab y'all a bottle of water or finish making y'all coffee, whatever it is y'all doing right now, because it's going to be up very, very early in the morning since it's like 3 a.m. right now. All right, so you can have this with your coffee. All right, so this is the Oshun messages for Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. Okay, Oshun. Please use me as a vessel of clear, concise channel messages for the goddesses. My fellow goddesses of love, my fellow daughters of Oshun, or just fellow goddesses in general, okay? Alright, so let's see. What's coming in for the goddesses on this Wednesday for our Oshun messages? Coming in. Oopsie. What was that? Grounding. I feel like that's been coming up so much lately, guys. That's going to be a big thing that I feel like is going to be consistent throughout the messages in the wintertime, because a lot of people just cannot stay committed to going outside once it gets this cold. I have an issue with that too. So again, I'm definitely a part of the collective when it comes down to that. But it's very much important when it comes down to keeping our stability intact, and keeping ourselves connected to Mother Gaia, is making sure that we plant foot some way, somehow, so just bundle up, put your scarf, your hat, your gloves on, and even if you can't ground through barefoot touching earth, we already, we always have that connectivity to trees, where you can touch a tree, hug a tree, or even just get some sun, because the sun is grounding as well. It's getting that solar energy, and again, even on the coldest days, you're going to at least get some sun, okay, unless it's cold and cloudy as well, which I hope not. But when you can get some sun, because that solar energy is pretty grounding as well, and then it still gives you that connectivity that you're missing when you can't go outside and touch earth, and so also we've been getting the message about, with our hands, like planting, touching dirt, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that you guys can also do, practice, or take up as a hobby to pretty much keep yourself grounded even during these winter months, because again, it's coming out on every single reading, okay? But I feel like this is something that's vital when it comes down to staying connected to your purpose, staying connected to your mission as it pertains to whatever you're here to shift on a generational level here. So that's the reason why, I feel like that's something we're being consistently asked to do. Okay, what else is coming in for our Oshun messages for Wednesday, December 8th, 2021 for the goddesses? All right. Yes, sensitivity. All right, so this could be a sensitive time. We are exiting that new moon phase that we just had for Sagittarius, and also we getting ready to go. Venus is getting ready to go retrograde in Capricorn season. So all of us are going to start to feel a little bit more clairsentient towards the emotions of people that we probably already either had um, a romantic connection or just any type of love connection, because there's love outside of romance, friendships and all of that. Friendships, family relationships, all of that. Because with this tree here, I can't ignore the fact that family is definitely involved here. Family that's here still in this existence, as well as passed over family members, and keeping your connectivity to them close as well. Because I mean, I don't know, y'all. It's important all year round. Okay, so we gotta find ways around it. We gotta find creative ways to stay grounded, especially if we want to continue to grow and heal on this journey here. But with sensitivity here, again, like I said, there could have been things that you thought you was over that may start to rush back, especially with this up and coming Capricorn season and Venus going retrograde. And it's funny because Oshun is a Venus goddess, a goddess of love. So again, that may be in the forefront in these next couple of months. And it can be as it pertains to any and everything. I do feel like the holidays are being brought up again. So I do feel like some of you guys can be feeling extra sensitive around this time, because we are, in a holiday season. And, there could be an energy of loss here. Even if it was in previous years, maybe the holidays can be really hard for some of you, because some of you could be in separation when it comes down to your love interest, as well as some family members could have passed over, especially with us having a pandemic a couple of years ago. A lot of lives were lost. So, and for some of you, that includes grandparents and parents as well. And so Christmas time could be a very hard time, or just the holidays in general. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's can be a really hard time when it comes down to, facing that reality that this is another year that's going by, that you won't see that smile on specific people's faces anymore, and be able to share and give to those specific family members anymore. And I'm also seeing that as well. I do feel like a lot of you guys are being super generous when it comes down to just donating and being a humanitarian and a philanthropist. I was getting the energy of nourishment again, because we always get that with Oshun. And I just feel like it's because Oshun is a very curvy goddess, but she was the type to really, really watch her weight. And that's why most of the offerings that she like is like fresh fruits and stuff like that, because she does like sweets. You know what I'm saying? And so most of the time people call on Oshun when they're trying to work on their weight. So she very much is committed to like having a nice body, being healthy, self-love in general. You know what I'm saying? So one second, y'all. All right, but again, there is this energy of like having a lack of clarity here, which could be causing you or a lot of us to like have some issues when it comes down to letting go. Like we may have half truths, we may have some of the story, but it's like you could be waiting for somebody to come forth to kind of tell their side of the story, so that you can like cut out the bullshit and just like have the truth and the clarity that you need to actually let go. So again, with Venus coming into retrograde, a lot of us can be facing sensitivity as it pertains to that. Like these things can be coming back up in our energy, and it could be stuff that you thought you closed the door on, stuff that you thought you was over with, but you can be getting that rush of emotion. And then if you and whoever this individual is possibly have some type of empathic connection with each other, you could be also feeling their energy as well. You could be really sensitive to whoever this is, because I am getting the red rose here, which for me is like romance, but I do feel like it also can be, some of you guys going to visit specific family members' grave sites, the closer we get to Christmas, just so that y'all can still pay homage and let that family member know that, they on your mind and they are missed, on an everyday basis, but specifically during the holidays. So again, enlightenment was in reverse. So it's like y'all could be waiting for somebody to enlighten y'all deeply. With letting go here being in reverse, I definitely feel like that's been the struggle here. And I feel like it's on both ends. If somebody here is needing to express truth, so it's causing angst in their energy, and you guys are telepathically connected, then it can also be causing, it could be a burden on both ends, okay? The person needing some type of clarity, needing to have some type of closure when it comes down to something, as well as the person that hasn't given that closure, because essentially we've been picking up guilt for the past couple of days, and I was kind of afraid it was going to come up in this too, but I guess it's going to continue to come up in a sense where, you know, this person is so heavily in your energy and thinking about it so much, and they so close to like actually making that move, that's why it's coming up so prevalently over this past week now. Okay, and I mean, it could have been a little bit longer than that, but I do feel like before this, like maybe 2 weeks before this, we was getting like a lot of hostility, and that's kind of subsided. And I feel like certain transits have happened, and then certain events in individuals' lives have happened to the point where they realize, like, you know, they see like certain things happened unnecessarily, certain things were taken too far. You know, even people that have wanted to come back into your life, they may feel like the damage is done now, because they realize and they seeing things from your perspective pretty much. Because this is the first time I missed 11:11. That's crazy. I literally looked up and it was 11:13. But you know, again, it's like before, I don't feel like people was looking at like consequences. A lot of people be feeling like they can just do little petty eddy stuff and then y'all can make up later, but you know, to a certain degree, something went too far, you know. And again, you know, you lacking clarity, and this person is also lacking the knowledge that, you know, the knowledge of how you truly feel. But somebody want forgiveness. Two people are very sensitive to each other's emotions, and I do feel like in general both people just need to be enlightened on like the true sincerity and genuinity of each other's feelings about certain circumstances that may have happened in the past. Okay, so we're gonna pull from another deck now. So let's see what's going on here. What's coming up? Wait, what was that? Yup, achievement. All right. So there's that buffalo spirit again, and this did come out in divine feminine reading, but we all know that Oshun is a true divine feminine as well. So with achievement here, effort plus intention, once again, it's like you are putting a lot of effort and intention when it comes down to moving forward. Oh my gosh, guys, we getting that garden energy again. Now, it came out in a different form because the other one was touching earth, planting something new, but this is idyllic times, the garden, paradise. So that's what you've been transforming and building within yourself. You've been deepening your knowledge. You've been becoming more wise. You've been deepening your relationship with, you know, your spiritual team, your ancestors, yourself, you know, your own like knowledge of self here. And it's like you've been keeping your hands very busy, but I do feel like people just growing weary at this point, okay? Especially like no matter what it is, like you can accept an ending all you want to, but you can feel it in your soul, you can feel it in your energy when somebody is pulling on it and they got more to say than what was left said. You see what I'm saying? And so again, you could just it's more like your soul waiting, because I feel like you keeping yourself busy when it comes down to your transformation. And you got this great abundance that's getting ready to come in, but something here was a burden. Okay, it's like you are overcoming a phase of burdens, and this is one of the burdens. Like having a lack of clarity, it can burden you. And no matter how much you try to clear your subconscious, sometimes when, you know, the curiosity of why, you know, something happened the way it happened, if that's not cured within your spirit, or if that's not calmed, or, you know, if you just not, I don't know, like you not comfortable with the way something ended, then somehow that can kind of linger energetically. And so I do feel like that's what's happening here, where no matter how much you've overcome, no matter how much you keep yourself busy, no matter how much you escape, you know, try to escape the thought temporarily by just keeping yourself busy and working on your own garden and like cultivating your own paradise, not only within yourself, but in your external environment, when it comes down to your home, you know, in general, just trying to make energetic space for newness. I feel like that hasn't given you the closure that you've been seeking. We get in sacred gratitude in reverse, and it's so crazy that I said, yeah, touch the trees. Touch trees if you can't touch earth, okay? But at the same time, this is the energy of healing from a situation where you didn't feel appreciated. And once again, we was getting that energy with Virgo as well. Like somebody made a wish and they wasn't ready for that. And I even posted that in the community post, and a lot of you guys related to it greatly when I said, people would pray for you. Essentially, you'll be somebody's prayer and spirit will answer it. And I mean, in like a quick ass turnover time too. Like somebody can pray, like, man, I really, really want somebody loyal in my life. People don't even realize, like, sometimes when you just, when you in that energy and you just asking for stuff, like, man, God, just send me somebody loyal. Like, and you could just be sitting next to somebody disloyal, but hoping that they hear you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you already in a relationship, and I don't know why I'm being guided to use this as an example, because this ain't never happened to me or nothing. I'm just using this as an example. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing a couple that's kind of at odds. And no matter what has happened, like they sitting together, frustrated with each other, but somebody says something out loud in hopes that it would trigger the person that they just got into it with, which is the person that they currently in a relationship with. And they like, man, God, just send me somebody loyal, because I'm sick of these, blah, 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 whatever they saying, but they saying it indirectly to the person that's upset them, okay? Which is not you, it's somebody else, right? And then the next day, they meet you at the grocery store, at the gas station. You start as a new employee at their job or something like that. And this person may have a conversation or cross paths with you. And just in the midst of that conversation, they may even almost realize that, damn, everything that I like kind of prayed for before, when it comes down to a person, even if they was expecting to manifest that within somebody that they already got, it came in the form of somebody new, which could have been you. And this person didn't appreciate that. They prayed for something and then they didn't have gratitude for it. They acted like it wasn't enough. They still entertained other things, or they just mishandled their own manifestations. And it's like, despite however that made you feel, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting that it had you deeply emotional. All right? I'm getting that you had to heal your heart, because whatever it is that you do, and even if you don't do anything, like, not everybody got a spiritual business. Not everybody is walking in a purpose on that level. Some people, purpose can be come off as very mundane. And I already explained that before in ways that could be. But, just being a divine feminine energy in general, it's like it requires you to have that unconditional love, compassion, empathy, and, feminine receptivity, okay? And so you had to heal your heart regardless to what. And you had to heal it through giving yourself whatever this person denied you of. Whenever they tried to act like whatever you was giving, when you could have been feeling, I'm hearing from Anita Baker, giving you the best that I got. You may have felt like you gave this person the best that you had. You was understanding, you was patient, you was soft, you was submissive, you was everything that this person pretty much asked for, that they couldn't gain in the toxic cycle that they've already experienced in their life. But then also, when it presented itself in their reality, they didn't know how to handle it either. So again, they mishandled their own manifestations. Okay? So now I'm being asked to pull from wisdom. I told y'all, like, this might be a little bit of a longer reading, because literally I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 different decks here. Okay? It might have even been 5, honestly. Alright, so let's get some cards from this deck. But yeah, it's like you have overcome obstacles, but that little nagging thought in the back of your mind about, it's not just, why didn't this person appreciate you? It's like, why didn't they appreciate me? But at the same time, why do I continue to feel this person's energy, clairsentiently within my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I still a sponge for this individual? No matter how much I've tried to escape it, no matter how much I've overcome it, no matter how much I've called back in my power or I've healed, some way, somehow, this person is still dwelling deep within my energy. And so that's where the lack of clarity is coming from, because you're trying to figure out why you're doing all of this inner work, but this person still feels so connected to you. But that's because you're feeling them on an empathic level. Okay? But yeah, imagine it is in reverse. So for some of you, you can't even fathom this thing coming back, you know? And again, you might not be to that point. Some of you guys, it's like, y'all can't imagine yourself without them. I'm literally hearing that song, and I've posted it before in my community post, I'm nothing without you. Now, I don't feel like y'all feel to that, you know what I'm saying, extent or to that magnitude about somebody's absence in your life, because again, in order to love yourself, you already feel whole within yourself. But there's going to be that sense of a little bit of void, especially when that person is like a twin flame to you. All right, so it just depends on who this reading is talking about for you, because essentially, really what it's saying is that, you know, you feeling this person's energy, and it's because y'all both need closure. Okay, so far, that's what it's all about. And it's also you trying to figure out why through all of this release, and keeping yourself busy and trying not to dwell on this, are you still craving some type of proper closure here? Okay? So, I mean, with Imagine here, it's like things didn't turn out the way that you imagined. And for some of you, y'all to the point where the damage is done and you can't even fathom a future with this person anymore. You know, it's like you did so much deep diving. Yeah, this deep inner knowing. That deep inner knowing is you knowing that this person had more emotions for you than what it is that they displayed. And so, like I said, there's a lot of confusion that's pretty much brewing in you, because it's like, for a lot of you, you know it wasn't your imagination. You know that there was a deeper connection, regardless to what was displayed, what was expressed, what was admitted to, you know what I'm saying, what people took accountability for. You already know that there was a deep knowing between you two, that this was a divine connection, you know, and you know that there was this energy here. Yeah, again, so whoever this is, they could have abandonment issues, because this almost looked like a child out to sea on their own. You see what I'm saying? Alone on a boat, you know, surrounded by water. And so this person can be very dismissive and avoidant when it comes down to like really sharing how they feel. Yeah, because I'm even seeing with this moon, like the eyes are closed. So like this person may try to turn a blind eye to their own emotions or to their own intuition, to their own feminine side, you know, like being able to embrace those same energies within a woman that it takes in order to truly be vulnerable and let her guard down to a man. Men have that same energy within them. It's just whether they're able or choose to tap into it or not. You know, so something have to be cleaned up here. This person definitely does feel like, okay, number one, this could have happened, like this could be so long overdue, okay, because I'm getting dusting, like maybe somebody just feel like this situation has sat on the shelf too much, is collecting dust. I am getting exchanging gifts, so this person may actually want to come, you know, close to the holidays, and it's looking like they want to do things actually by the book at this point. They want to clean up their act, okay? That's the truth of the matter. Somebody want to actually clean up their act. They actually want to clean up the past. They actually want to come back and pay attention to something that they just put on a shelf and walked away. I'm hearing elf on a shelf. You know, it's a lot of Christmas stuff coming up right now. So that's letting me know that this person may come forth anywhere between the 21st and the 25th. Even the 27th for some of you. It might be a couple of days after Christmas if this person is really feeling like, you know, maybe I shouldn't go over there and interrupt because I don't even know what their situation is. You know, but if this person knows where you live, it's been on their mind to come towards you. You know, it's been on their mind to like clear the air is what I'm getting here, and kind of clean up things, and then see, you know, what can happen from there, because I don't feel like this person has expectations like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna be back in their life, you know. I don't see them having expectations to that extent or being that cocky, but I see this person, you know, wanting to present themselves in a better light and wanting to be given the opportunity to do so, you know, rather than you just closing the door on the situation and not allowing it to go any further. So let's see, last but not least here, what else is coming in for the goddesses as it pertains to this spread? But yeah, deep down inside, and I feel like it's through all of the activity and connectivity in the third dimension. Trust is in reverse though. You feel very incubated from this individual. You may be wanting clarity, but maybe feeling like you're not going to get it. Maybe feeling like this person's still going to come in and give and have truths, you know. But at the same time, it's like you really, really want growth. I'm not saying that's the only reason why you're going to hear this person out, but I'm saying that you in two minds about it, okay? Because a part of you guys is feeling like, you know, it's time, like you feeling stuck, you feeling bound, you feeling like something has grown roots over it. It take a long time to grow a tree. It really does. So again, this is a situation that has sat unresolved for a very long time, and it is stagnating your growth. Things that you've been waiting to change in your life, you feel like it could be changing a lot quicker, but this is why. All right, is the reason why is because this needs to be closed out. It's not closed out. It's not. This is like a world in reverse type of energy for sure. So let's get one more. Yup, it has. It's been stopping and stagnating and interrupting your growth, and it also has been it has also weakened your ability to be able to trust others. Okay? And so even, yeah, release. Let this happen at least, if nothing else, so that you can grow and release and trust again. Okay? Gratitude keep coming out in reverse. So once again, it's like you could have gave and gave a lot to this person, and you just feel unappreciated like you do. Yeah, guys. I mean, that's just what I'm seeing here. We can definitely clarify real quick. I'm just probably going to clarify some really quick things. I mean, I almost feel like I don't need to. Then I'm not. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, because we got a 30-minute message out of this, really. So, real quick, we just going to see what the outcome of this situation is. Because one thing we know is that this person does want to come in, but you have to be open to it. A lot of you guys are open to it because it's like, you know, you need this closure. New romantic cycle begins. And so, for a lot of you, this person could be a Libra. And it's like they want to bring balance. They want to rectify the situation. They want to just make things right because they know that it was a one-way given situation. And no matter what you gave at the time, they were being ungrateful. Okay, they were being ungrateful. They were not appreciating you. And then also, in addition to that, they was making their spiritual support feel unappreciated as well because they manifested you and then didn't do nothing with the manifestation when it got before them. So, and this person realizes that now. You could have even said that to this person for some of you. Okay, so yeah, a new romantic cycle is going to begin now because somebody got a chance to soul search. Somebody already knows it just as well as you know it, that there's a deeper connectivity. So somebody is saying, believe in the impossible. Oshun is saying believe in the impossible here. Okay, with the blue moon. I don't know when the next blue moon is coming. But overall, I'm just totally getting that you really thought that this was laid to rest, that it wasn't coming back. You had already accepted things. But in reality, this person was doing some soul searching. And whatever time apart. And yeah, it might have taken really, really long because this person has some really deep rooted issues that was keeping them from being able to acknowledge a love to this magnitude, okay? Hopefully when I do the star seed messages, this message don't come out again because I feel like this been taking over lately. So let's see. Let's get one more. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and this has been tough. Like I said, you guys have been carrying the burden of a lack of closure, not understanding why something was left off on a note that it was left off of. Expect powerful change. Your commitment is being tested. So that's the thing. It's like you both have this deep inner knowing. This person's commitment to themselves as well as how bad that they want their manifestation was tested, and that's the reason why this person started looking within. Okay, so I do feel like them coming towards you and you guys having this very transparent conversation is going to help to push things forward in a way where this person can open up, be vulnerable, and know if they haven't been able to trust anybody else in this lifetime, that they can trust you because y'all hold a special place in this person's life. And it's one that they really need to be grateful for. And I feel like they're going to come back and be a lot more grateful for you than they displayed in the past, okay? All right, guys. So I hope this reading helped somebody today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Join the Soul Tribe. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.